before Elon Musk Heiled, he was already very comfortable with neo-Nazi statements. And I have a long history of documenting all of the different things that Elon has done. But for liberals and for many people in general, like liberals and Republicans, who also are liberals as well at the end of the day, they need the optics of someone saying that they like Adolf Hitler, or they need the optics of someone just straight up hitting the Hitler salute, right? And lo and behold, even though he has finally hit it, he has done a lot of other stuff that at the end of the day kind of ruins any sort of plausible deniability in the circumstance, almost as much as the fact that he hit it with his whole chest, okay? He did it twice, man. He did it twice. You can do anything, and if you don't say you did it, then it's a pass. No. The point is, you can do anything you want as long as you are a billionaire and very powerful and also right-wing and also align with the government, you can get away with it. Okay, that's it. And it's kind of shocking to me that it's happening right on the heels of all of these pro-Israel organizations that like lose their minds at random college students who are Jewish wearing a keffiyeh, claiming that they are like Adolf Hitler themselves, turning around and being like, come on, the right-wing billionaire who's aligned with the German neo-Nazi party, who actually opened the faucet of anti-Semitism on the platform that he purchased, who follows neo-Nazis, collaborates with neo-Nazis, openly highlights neo-Nazis, agrees with neo-Nazi sentiment, but he's pro-Israel, is obviously not Sig Heiling, even though he hit the full Hitler. My man hit the full Hitler, okay? He didn't do the half Hitler. He didn't do none of these like, oh, I was just calling out for a cab, or I was just waving off in the distance. He hit the full Hitler twice, okay? Twice, not once, twice. Yeah, I mean, this is also what's going on. Exactly. The political spectrum is just like Elon Musk just did a Nazi salute on live TV. Most people going, this is unacceptable. This is ridiculous. And then the far right's like, hell yeah, Elon Musk just did a Nazi salute on live TV. Meanwhile, you got the weird liberals in the center of the political equation just constantly doing this weird song and dance where they're like, no, don't you dare say that. Don't believe your lying eyes. Yeah, here's a literal Nazi openly recognizing that what Elon Musk did was a Nazi salute.
Like straight up, like that was a serious Roman. It wasn't even like a subtle, like a wave, like one of these, like a Laura Ingraham. Remember when Laura Ingraham did that?
Yeah. Laura Ingraham absolutely was doing the salute there too, but in a subtle nod to the likes of Nick Fuentes.
That was a straight up like Sig Heil, like loving Hitler energy. that was like a straight up with intensity Roman salute.
He hit it so hard that it was like a one-to-one verbatim copy of Adolf doing it himself. Some of my favorite responses to this have come from Batya Sungar Argon, or whatever the her name is, being like, nah, he's just autistic, dude. Yeah, he got the Nazi type of autism, okay? There's different kinds. And instead of like being a train enjoyer, or I don't know, as Connor said, in being invested in Pokemon or whatever, he got the Nazi kind. It's the worst kind of autism to have. We know. You can't just be like, oh, he's just autistic. That's not... He's just autistic. He's not a Nazi. I mean, no, that's, you know, what is this? As a German, let me tell you how to distinguish a Nazi salute from a friendly wave. Look serious, arm straight, not the slightest bit bent. Hand and arm form a single line, 4 fingers together tightly. Angle such that the hand is slightly higher than the head. Yeah, I mean, he hit it perfectly. Like, I don't know what we're talking about. He literally did the heart thing too. Like, he pounded his chest and then hit it. Like, he didn't even do the, I'm just waving plausible deniability, Sig Heil. He did the full Hitler. I don't understand how you can look at a man doing the full Hitler twice and going, I don't know. As a person with a strong track record of criticizing Elon Musk, I feel extremely confident asserting that this was not a Nazi salute. Elon is a friend of the Jews. This is a man with Asperger's exuberantly throwing his heart to the crowd. We don't need to invent outrage. He's just autistic, man. He's just, you don't understand. He's just that's his hyperfixation. His hyperfixation happens to be, you know, Nazi Germany. He fought law how to take false accusations of Nazism are incredibly harmful during a time when the mainstream media is letting the real Nazis, in parentheses, Hamas, have the mic without question. Dude, it's so awesome. I do personally find this a little cathartic, okay? And a little funny, to be honest with you, okay? That every single person that runs the table on defending Israel and constantly screaming anti-Semite at anyone that says this apartheid regime designed around Jewish ethno-religious supremacy that is currently doing a genocide is completely unacceptable and has nothing to do with Judaism. Every single person that turns around and says, that's the most anti-Semitic thing I've ever heard in my entire life, are turning around and going, this neo-Nazi wasn't actually Sig Heiling because he's pro-Israel. That's all this is. That's all this is. It is so morally repugnant. They are so morally bankrupt. They do not care about real anti-Semitism. They only want to defend Israel. That's it. That is 100% the situation. Okay? Yeah, I mean, here, there's a side-by-side videos. Yeah, dude, you don't understand. He's just autistic, bro. Chill. Those guys are all autistic too. They're just autistic Nazis. And so is Elon. Like, that's the full one, okay? It's not the half one, it's the full one. Do you understand? It's the full one. There's one side by side with Hitler too. I saw one as well, side by side with Adolf, okay? Enjoy this one. Oh, are you telling me that the guy who is exclusively tasked with having the wrong opinion on every issue, even when it's a fucking slam dunk issue, took the wrong opinion on this one as well? Nervously walks up to the mic, says, Hutch, I think it's correct that Elon is a strange guy who hulked out in a strange moment, but he probably did not intentionally do a Nazi salute. Runs away. It's awesome. Everyone who considers themselves to be in the center left or the center right is just actively being like, no, you don't understand. This is not a Nazi salute. Elon's a great guy. My take on the Elon Hitler salute thing is that it was unintentional in the sense that he intended to make it a more ambiguous hand gesture with plausible deniability, but completely fucked it up. There's been a couple clips from Republican speakers in the past few years where they sort of put up the Sig Heil and then quickly moved to the gesture they were consciously intending on doing, and I think he wanted to emulate that, but it's too uncoordinated. That's pretty funny. I love whenever people go, he didn't. These two, however, get bent. This is my favorite fucking thing that people do. Okay, first of all, I think Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris, by the nature of their jobs, have done things that are inherently fascist. Having said that, however, I don't think that they were trying to do the Nazi salute in this situation. Because if they were, you would have shown the video instead of them in that moment moving their hands and waving to the crowd. Guess what? We have the video. We have the video of Elon doing it twice. Why are they just simply posting pictures instead of the videos? Parents defending this, I don't know how to address it. Just literally show them this, okay? If anyone is confused about what they are seeing in front of them, just show them this, okay? Show them this. Show them that, okay? If anyone is confused on what they are seeing, and then show them this. Show them this, then show them this. Okay, and then you can show them the double one. Okay, the actual people that were there saw him doing it twice. Okay, people there saw him doing it twice. But look, here's Barack Obama.
God bless you. God bless these United States.
Yeah.
Does he mean he wants to take us back before Roe v. Wade was enacted? Because we're not going back.
I don't even like these people. But once again, I find myself not defending them, but defending the truth. I don't like these people. I think they have a lot of blood on their hands. But you are delusional if you think that they were
not going back.
Hitting the same okay?
Thank you.
Here's the second salute video, okay? Does that look like, I mean, come on, guys. What do you think is going on?
My heart goes out to you.
Yeah, he said, my heart goes out to you, Adolf Hitler. The part where he just said, my heart goes out to you, he meant to, you know, Adolf Hitler and the Fourth Reich. May it never die. That's what he meant. Yeah, he said, mein heart goes out to you. Apparently, I'm a Zionist and a Nazi. Yeah. Piers Morgan is defending it too. Of course he is. Elon Musk was very ill-advised to do this kind of salute to denote his clearly stated "my heart goes out to you" sentiment, but he obviously didn't mean it as a Nazi salute, and anyone who says he did is being a disingenuous idiot. Great stuff, man. Y'all are doing exactly what he wants. He did it exactly to get this chain reaction meltdown and get everyone to talk about him because his ego just ignored the man-child. This is my favorite type of, like, I'm actually a brilliant guy take. This is the smart guy take, okay? The smart guy take is, hey, when the wealthiest person on the planet, perhaps one of the most powerful individuals on the planet, hits the Nazi salute twice on Trump's inauguration, and he is also a hand-selected person in the Trump cabinet, basically, you should just ignore it. Yeah, he was just simply trolling. It's a 5D chess move, and you should ignore it. You're right, chatter. I should just ignore the wealthiest person on the planet, welcome back Henry Ford style, doing a Nazi salute on the stage when we are actually about to be in the post-Weimar era. We are literally in the heels of Nazi America, okay? People will say America's always been fascist. America's always had like white supremacist attitudes. Fair. Get it. I got it. Okay. And throughout America's history, we've had internment camps for the Japanese during World War II. Okay. Not a great look. Not great at all. We've had the Bracero program that was implemented with the mass deportation of 1.3, or I think almost 2 million people that were suspected of being Mexican. Some of them were just Americans that just looked Mexican, and they were mass deported, okay, twice. And now that is about to happen again. And this is before we talk about the Trail of Tears, Manifest Destiny, which Donald Trump brought up, by the way, as a positive. Said he's going to manifest destiny in Mars yesterday. And he's also talking about doing the Bracero program again, this time for all migrants living on U.S. soil. That means 20 million people in concentration camps and mass deportations. And we're still going around and acting like this is just memes. You know what I mean? It's not memes at all. Yeah, this is a memeified version of the serious issues that are ongoing. I think for a lot of people, they need to see the optics of it. And even in the optics front, Elon Musk is cooked on this regard. But far before Elon straight up hit the Hitler salute twice, mind you, twice. Remember, hit it twice, okay? At the inauguration. Far before he did that, you could tell that he has, at the very least, sympathies towards fascist policies. Like, what are we talking about? He linked up with the neo-Nazis in the AfD in Germany. He was beefing up the reform movement. He is linked up with Giorgia Meloni in Italy. Wherever there are fascists and racists internationally, Elon Musk is right there. Same thing with Israel, honestly. Israel has a ton of fascists. Elon also likes them too. So when he throws the Hitler salute, he's not doing it in an anti-Semitic fashion. He's doing it in a pro-fascist way, okay? Or rather, let's just say he is still anti-Semitic, I suspect, but he is also simultaneously very pro-Israel. A lot of people look at the stupid optics of the situation, and only then do they come to terms with the reality. Elon Musk defends and agrees publicly with neo-Nazi statements like Jews are doing unrestricted immigration into the Western civilization from the undesirable third world populations in an effort to destroy and undermine Western civilization that is supposed to be for white people. Elon Musk has responded to that person and said, you have said the exact truth. That's Nazi shit. Like, that's just straight up. That is no different than Sig Heiling, okay? There is no plausible deniability in that regard. There is less plausible deniability in that situation where Elon Musk says, that's real, that really happened. That is worse than throwing up a Sig Heil from my standards. But for a lot of people, they don't understand that. Okay, it's not just that Elon Musk has agreed with a lot of Nazis. Elon Musk also is personally constantly talking about how he believes in IQ and how he has to repopulate the planet with high IQ individuals. He has this very weird hyper focus on eugenics. Interesting. and potentially a breeding fetish. It's something so glaringly obvious. He's talked about the Great Replacement, which is also Nazi politics as well. Now, the problem here is a lot of the right-wing, overtly fascist politics are so perfectly aligned with the Republican Party and modern right-wing politics that for many people, they go, wait a minute, what you're considering to be Nazi politics is what my grandfather believes, is what he watches on Fox News. And the argument is, yeah, duh, that's the point. I know. That's what, welcome to reality, okay? That is how a lot of actual ideological fascists are able to make their way into polite discourse, to public discourse, and make it seem as though their ideas are not immediately dismissed, but instead pretty appropriate for the time. That's how you get someone like Stephen Miller to be Trump's immigration czar, right? Do you think that focusing on other examples of Elon's anti-Semitism, obsession with eugenics, and fascist ideologies like the ones you just talked about could be a better focus when talking to median voters and centrists, opposed to just talking about Elon doing the Nazi salute because of the way the left is characterized as overreaching and the way that the right has tried to disprove it? Yeah, I think that it is important. But the real reason why it's important is because a lot of liberals don't understand all of this stuff is also Nazi stuff, and probably way more important in terms of like proving that someone has at least an allegiance to or an interest in like fascist and neo-Nazi opinions. And that is why I use this as a teachable moment for a lot of people. Asmongold says Elon Musk's salute was unintentional. Also states that there's a 1% chance the Holocaust did not happen. I don't think these two statements are related. I think probably 99% certainty these clips are unrelated. Dude, why is he saying that there's a 1% chance the Holocaust did not happen? Like, are you that desperate to be edgy? Come on, Asmon. What the hell is wrong with you, bro? What is this?
We're not going back.
I feel like this is kind of worse.
We're not going back.
Is that worse?
Bro, what is everybody doing, man? What is everybody doing? What the f is going on? We've just completely lost the goddamn plot, bro. What the f is happening? Actually, what's happening right now? What's going on? Why is everyone on the platform behaving like this? People need to figure it out, dude. People need to figure it out. Purposely misinterpreting things like this works for the right wing. They know this. I know, but I don't look. I'll say the same thing. Do I think XQC, Felix Lengyel, is an ideologically committed Nazi who is secretly trying to cast this deflection and doing that because he is like serving the higher purpose of like spreading Nazi sentiment? No. Do I think, on the other hand, that he has spent a ton of time with a lot of reactionary people and his brain has been completely fried? So now he finds himself very malleable and very susceptible to like right-wing framing on issues because that's just how it works. That's my assessment of it, okay? Do you think that he's an ideologically committed Nazi, or do you think he's malleable and being used in this regard? I think it's the second thing. I don't think it's the first thing, okay? It's still Nazi apologia. It's still unacceptable. But there is a genuine difference between what they're doing and what like someone who's ideologically committed to the project is doing.
People are mad about that Elon like doing the they really think that they think he just masked off to, they do, they actually think he masked off to, like a Nazi salute.
Yeah, all the non-Twitch normie influencers I know are losing their minds over the Nazi salute. Is literally just Twitch brain rot. I know. And it's really, we got to squash this, okay? This has to be squashed, like 100%. The fact that people are even like,
do you really think that's happening,
going
right?
Like,
I mean,
oh
like,
man,
come
it's not a
on.
Nazi salute. Elon's not a Nazi. Like, oh man, what the f? Like, you are playing a very dangerous game, whether you recognize it and think that it's not that dangerous, or whether you don't recognize it, doesn't matter, okay? I can't help but feel like we have elevated the openness of, neo-Nazi sentiment, to such a degree that like, a couple years prior, we would talk about the CPAC stage looking like Nordic runes. And everyone was like, oh, look, but it's like Nordic runes. They designed it as Nordic runes deliberately to communicate to everybody through secret messages that it's like they're Nazis. It's like, have you heard what the speakers are saying on top of the stage? They're literally Sig Heiling all the time with their words, okay? They're like, we should kill every, Mexican person. And you're like, well, the stage is designed in a way that actually looks like a Nordic rune. So maybe they're Nazis. Like, that's so stupid. Just focus on the words that are coming out of the mouths of these reactionary okay? And the same goes for Elon. But in this situation, it's not even a esoteric Nordic rune. It's him hitting the full Hitler. What the hell is going on? It's completely in broad daylight. Like, he thought he could have this discourse. He thought he could get away with it. Like, what are we doing? I mean, look at that. Yeah, here's another one. Does this not strike you as odd? Like, what are we doing here? Look at this. Like, that's why the video is more significant, because there are a million clips of politicians saying like, bye, doing this, you know what I mean? And then like they get caught and then they get clipped. And then they're like, oh, they're doing the Sig Heil too? Okay, look at the video. What are we talking about? I joked about this and I was like, yeah, he's just trying to prove his gamer cred. You know what I mean? He was like, nah, I am a capital G hard R gamer, trust. But like, it is pretty obvious if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, and Sig Heils like a duck, that duck's a Nazi, okay? What are we doing? This man has said far too many Nazi things and has so frequently been aligned with Nazis for you to turn around, and far too invested in eugenicist sentiment, and also far too invested in the great replacement conspiracy theories and shit that you have to be insane to go, oh, well, that guy also seemingly yet again had another oopsie. It's not a oopsie. Like, I don't understand. Did the Neuralink brain chips, did they get implanted in people's brains already? Is that why we're in this situation where people are seemingly defending this and going, oh, I don't know, Hasan. We are boiling the frog at this point. People don't notice gradual changes until it's too late to react. And now they can't believe what they're seeing, so they have to make excuses for blatant Nazism. And this is all being exacerbated by places like the New York Times saying this is just a hand gesture. I know. Meanwhile, the Nazis are freaking celebrating it big time. They're like, this is great. I do find it somewhat funny, but also very scary that we are now officially on the stage where maybe a couple years ago you'd go, oh, well, this person didn't Sig Heil, so obviously they're not a Nazi too. Well, this person Sig Heiled, but obviously he's not a Nazi. Okay, we've moved on. We've moved on from the person who says Nazi all the time, who accidentally Sig Heils on the inauguration twice in front of the largest crowd he's ever been in front of the entire planet. We've moved into, yeah, he actually didn't mean it, and he's still not a Nazi. And it's funny because like liberals have this weird tendency to only abide by the aesthetics of a certain thing. Liberals, weirdly enough, only care about the optics. They don't actually understand when someone is saying Nazi shit. Like, they don't have a tendency to look at that and go, yeah, that's like, this is fascist, this is reactionary, this is racist, I'm not invested in this at all, I don't care what this person has to say. But even on the optics front, it seems that there are still people who have been hit right in the face with what is going on. Like, this is the equivalent of just having a swastika tattoo, and they're still going, I'm not convinced. I don't know what will convince you if this does not. This is the equivalent of saying, well, it's the swastika is historically a Buddhist symbol of peace. Maybe he's a Buddhist. Maybe I was unfamiliar, but he is a Buddhist, I think.
I'm not an emotional thinker, okay? So I can't appeal to people emotionally. But what I can say is that every part of my logical brain is telling me that this was not an intentional Nazi salute. This was not any nod at any sort of Hitler Nazi stuff at all. And it was just Elon being stupid.
Yeah, he also is a... dude.
I'm not one of these Holocaust deniers. I think the Holocaust probably happened. I think probably 99% certainty it happened. And the...
Controversial take. For normal people, when someone says, oh, I think the Holocaust probably happened, people get freaked out. I don't know if Asmagol realizes that at all. Like, this is nutty, man. This is a dangerous game. This is a very, very, very dangerous game to play. I like that the second era of the Burger Reich has started off with a bang, But yeah, you got the New York Times going, Elon Musk ignites online speculation over the meaning of hand gesture. Like, Elon Musk Sig Heils is the actual thing that took place, okay? Do you think the salute was deliberate or just autism? I think Elon Musk absolutely is an ideologically committed racist fascist. Okay, whatever version of that he is, I do not care. You can call it a Nazi, you can call it a fascist. It does not matter. I 100% think that he is, and it would be very shocking to prove that he is not. It would be a very difficult task to prove that he is not, especially considering that he has done so many things. Yeah, what is it? Is it the smartest man in the world, or did he not do it on purpose? No, I don't think Elon Musk is a particularly smart individual, but I do think that he is very racist, and I think he thought he could hit that and, you know, basically have some semblance of plausible deniability, but he failed to do it in a way where there was any plausible deniability whatsoever. And now everyone that saw it are like, oh, dude, you're a Nazi, you know? But of course, all of the institutional defenders who are tasked with supposedly combating anti-Semitism have decided to defend Elon. Why? One must ask the question, why is the ADL defending Elon Musk? It's because he's pro-Israel. That's it. That's it. That's all it takes. But aren't Israeli Jews... Dude, you can be a anti-Semite and support Israel. Many anti-Semites support Israel, okay? Israel is also a fascist ethno-state. So there is a mutually shared love for doing that kind of racist ethnic cleansing campaign. But more importantly, the reason why a lot of anti-Semitic people love Israel is because in their minds, they think better that they go and live in the desert than here in my neighborhood. That's a major reason for a lot of anti-Semitic people to also love Israel. This doesn't mean that there aren't anti-Semitic people that don't love Israel. There certainly are. Plenty. A ton of Eastern Europeans work with the Nazis, even though the ideology explicitly dehumanized them. Yeah, I mean, there's that too. But also, the other reason why plenty of anti-Semitic people love Israel is because Israel fights against their other enemies. They fight against their other enemies, the Muslims. The way they see the situation is like, oh, let the Jews fight the Muslims, you know? We hate both. Let them fight. Great. That is the way that they approach the situation. Another reason why a lot of anti-Semitic people love Israel is because they believe that the rapture will happen if Jews take over the entire historical area that they have called Israel, far greater and far more expansive than the current confines of the Israeli state. There are many different reasons why people who are anti-Semitic still end up defending Israel. I know it's such an insane thing to believe, but it doesn't matter. People still believe it, okay? Yeah, also, AOC also daggered ADL, respect. Just to be clear, you are defending a Heil Hitler salute that was performed and repeated for emphasis and clarity. People can officially stop listening to you as any sort of reputable source of information now. You work for them. Thank you for making that crystal clear to all. Like, that's what's going on, baby. That's where we're at. Oh, this was the last thing that I thought was really funny. Ben Shapiro turned around and was like, you are officially one of the stupidest and most dishonest people in the country, to AOC. To prove that Elon is not a fascist and not a Nazi, he showed this post where Elon had to, play ball with the ADL, promote Israel, and also go to, I think this was in Auschwitz, to prove that he is, to prove that he was truly sorry for saying, you have said the absolute truth, to a neo-Nazi who was talking about how Jews are doing the great replacement. Pretty funny because, Ben Shapiro has time and time again reiterated the position that he does not care about anti-Semitism. He simply cares about anti-Israel statements. Here's Ben retweeting a known Nazi. That's so funny. It's got to be a really funny moment where, one of the most prominent right-wing Jewish voices is openly retweeting one of the most prominent Nazi cartoonists. Awesome. Yeah. Bestie Marks was really funny with his take. He said, Elon Musk is not a fascist. Here's proof of him standing next to me, a fascist.
A hand gesture by billionaire Elon Musk during a speech at Donald Trump's inauguration is causing controversy, with some comparing it to a fascist salute. Let's take a look at a celebratory rally in Washington while thanking the crowd. There you see it, the world's richest man slapping his right hand to his chest and extending his arm outward in a gesture that resembled a Nazi salute. Musk then turned to the audience behind the podium and repeated the gesture, as we've just seen.
That's so dumb that they put... Ow. Not only is he a Nazi, but nuclear levels of cringe. Pick a struggle, dog.
So we can take a closer look at all this with the DW's political correspondent, Matthew Moore. Matthew, this is the video that has lit up the internet. So what exactly is happening here? Did Musk do it? Did he not do it?
Well, there's only one person I think that really knows whether this was a fascist salute, and that is Elon Musk. But it's fair to say that social media really blew up with clips of this gesture, of this moment going viral, especially here in Germany.
What is going on? Why is everybody so afraid? Like, this is the German national broadcaster, dude. What the hell is Deutsche Welle? I actually don't get it. Is it because people are just like afraid of Elon Musk? Is it because he's like pro-Israel? Is that what it is? Like, like, is everybody that afraid of Elon Musk? Because like, I don't think these guys are super fond of the AfD. Like, most German liberals don't like the AfD, and they know that Elon is like linking up with the AfD and stuff. Are they just like pandering to not get their state funding cut or something because they think the AfD is going to win? Is that what it is? I don't think it's legal for them to show it if they say it, right? No, I mean, I think that contextually you can probably show it for Elon Musk. Okay, this is going to be awesome too because Elise Stefanik is also a psychopath. Let's see what she had to say.
Elon Musk, perhaps the president's most visible advisor, doing 2 Heil Hitler salutes last night at the president's televised rally.
No, Elon Musk did not do those salutes. I was not at the rally, but I can tell you I've been at many rallies with Elon Musk, who loves to cheer when President Trump says we need to send...
Yeah, they're treating him like an autistic minor, dude. You know how he is. He's our little autist. Come on, he loves cheering. He's just a happy boy.
And our U.S. space program to Mars. Elon Musk is a visionary. I'm looking forward to his work in DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, and look forward to looking how we can be more efficient and effective. But that...
My dad's a lib and he's straight up drafting ADL hate mail over this. Good. I'll take it wherever I can get. Let this be a radicalizing moment for your family members. It is such an obvious, glaring display of pro-Nazi symbolism that is being completely swept under the rug by the most morally bankrupt individuals you've ever seen, who would never in a million years give up on the opportunity to declare every Jewish college student that dares protest Israel as the most anti-Semitic Hitlerian people alive in Western society that must be violently purged.
That is simply not the case. And to say so is the American people are smart. They see through it. They support Elon Musk. We are proud to be the country of such successful entrepreneurs. That is one of our greatest strengths.
Yeah, say just like Henry Ford. Come on, Elise. Elon Musk is carrying on the proud tradition of titans of industry such as Henry Ford.